What's going on, guys? This is Carrick back here with another AJPW video, and in today's video, guys, I thought I would make a video talking about how I pretty much obtained every achievement on AJPW, which obviously is not a thing a lot of people have actually accomplished on this game. So I thought I would make a video talking about it, which ones are the hardest to get, and then some of the achievements in the game that you literally can't get anymore or that are just straight up unreleased. The achievement factor in this game, I think, is one of the coolest thing. You know, it reminds me of, you know, games on the Xbox back in the day. You know, you try to get the achievements for them, you know, and you have to complete certain conditions in the game in order to unlock them. It's kind of similar with AJPW, of course. But yeah, I did actually talk about achievements, I believe, like a few months ago when I made a video called AJPW's Rarest Occurrences, which you can check out for more kind of rare occurrences like this. But in that video, I discussed that not a lot of people have every achievement in the game, so we're actually going to talk about that right now. So this is an account I had for storage purposes, pretty much, for a while. They're just random items here for my shops and stuff. But as you can see here on screen right now, I've gotten every achievement that is possible to get in the game. Now, there's some achievements that aren't possible to get, but I will talk about those. I'll talk about those later on in the video, but there's some achievements here I want to talk about individually on their difficulty, because God, I can tell you that some of these are literally the hardest things you will ever face trying to do when it comes to this game. Now, first I'm obviously going to be starting with Swoopy Eagle. If you've played this game, you know it's kind of like a Flappy Bird rendition of just an AJPW style. And when I tell you this is the hardest game in the game, or the hardest minigame in the game, it is. And you have to earn 40 points to get the hardest achievement in the entire game. This is what I would consider to be the hardest achievement in the game because of how inconsistent Swoopy Eagle is in terms of, you know, input lag, your game just having general lag to it, and then just actually having the consistency to get 40 points, which, you know, when you're in the groove of it, you might be feeling it, you know, you get there. But there was so many times where I'd get to like 35, 36, and I would blunder, and it was the most frustrating thing. But I think in total, this took me about 2-3 weeks of on and off trying to get. So yeah, this is pretty cool to finally get. I think this is the second account I've actually gotten this on, which, by the way, I think I've pretty much made it clear that I don't have a public username, and this account is no different. So especially now that I have every achievement on it, which took such a long time to do. Another pretty hard one was also the Splash and Dash, as well as the Jumad Derby ones. For me personally, just winning 5 of them in a row, or hitting or completing a pro one without hitting an obstacle, because the AIs, I do believe, do get a little bit harder when you go into the pro mode version for both Splash and Dash and Jumad Derby. So it's a bit difficult in terms of that, and then, you know, having the consistency between all 5 of them, it is not an easy task, that is for sure. And speaking of also inconsistency, Best Dressed, winning 3 rounds in a row of a Best Dressed game. This also goes for Best Dressed Oceans. A lot of the time, mostly bots are playing this, if you don't know, because real people, there isn't enough real people to occupy the lobby, so AJPW spawns in bots, so there isn't empty spaces, and like the game isn't impossible to play. I've kind of made a video like a year or 2 ago, kind of talking about that as well. But pretty much, when it comes to Best Dressed, you have to get extremely lucky when you are trying to get this achievement, the Dressed Chick, as well as the In Vogue one. Now for me, I just got a few of my friends to kind of just vote for me, and it was like a easier task than it would have been if I were to just try to test my luck with the AI and hope that they vote me. But, you know, I don't got all day, so, you know, we'll slim some, you know, if there's corners to be cut when it comes to doing this, you know, I'm gonna take them. Speaking of corners being cut, Temple Trivia Star is probably the easiest achievement to get into the game right now. You just get first place in 1 round of Temple Trivia. You just get first place in 1 round of Temple Trivia, and you can literally just open the game, and it is only you in the lobby, like 99% of the time. You just get 1 answer correct, and you will get this achievement, which is supposed to be the hardest achievement in all of Temple Trivia section here, as you can see. But as for that, those were like the only really ones that kind of, you know, I had a hassle with. Some people might think Falling Phantoms might be a bit hard, you know, winning 5 games in a row, and then, well, this one not so much, but this one. But if you know me, you've watched my videos before, you see the Falling Phantoms gameplay in the background all the time. You know I'm a veteran at this. This one, I knocked out in literally like 15 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. So that was like pretty simple, but stuff like, you know, Ducky Dash with the collect 5,000 rubber ducks, same with Catch Me If You Can and Disc Toss. These weren't that hard, they were just time consuming, where I had to, you know, sit there and just click my mouse or move my arrow keys for like hours pretty much trying to do all this. But I would say the best guess ones are probably also pretty hard. Personally, they weren't hard for me to do because there was just someone in my lobby that just kept getting them right, so I just followed them, which is, I think, this just a strategy for a lot of best guess games. But answering 10 in a row and then answering 20 in a row, which this one's probably the hardest one to get out of best guess. Probably one of the hardest achievements to get in the game as well. I'm not gonna lie, because if you don't have a person that's in your lobby that just gets them all right, yeah, you're kind of boned on that regard. But now let's talk about some of the unreleased achievements in the game. Now there's 3 achievements that were previously available but are now unavailable. I'll put them all on screen right now. It was called, all 3 of them are called Herbology Expert, Answer of the Call, as well as One of a Kind. All of these have different conditions to them. There used to be polls around Alamo Jam, and you answered 15 of them, you would get the Answer to Call achievement. One of a Kind was just totally random. If you adopted a pet, it might come with a special accessory. So from Pet Stop, for example, you might have to circumvent paying the 200 gems for dressing up your pet. It might just come with it, and you would get this achievement along with it. That was total random chance. I don't know why they removed this one, because this one, it seems like it would be a pretty fitting thing to keep in the game, and I think a lot of people would like it as a cool little Easter egg. And then Herbology Expert, this was, before the Journey Book was added, I do believe, which I imagine this was replaced by the Journey Book. But there used to be plant facts all around Alamo Jam, and you could click on them, and once you collected them all, you get this achievement, Herbology Expert. Now, the next few ones, I'll just put them all on screen, courtesy of the Alamo Jam wiki, of course. All of these are unreleased, meaning if you see someone that has these in game, they got them illegitimately, meaning they used hacking tools to get them, okay? These are impossible to get legitimately, and by far, by legitimate players, it's impossible to get, but obviously illegitimate players, they can get them somehow. Some of these are cool to look at, though. There's obviously a lot of achievements that just seem like they would have been added to the game, but just weren't. Like a lot of those membership, having like 1 month, 2 month, 6 month, 9 month, and a year of membership, having an achievement for that. I thought that would be cool for them to add, and I don't know if they can add that nowadays, but I think it would be pretty cool for them to return it, or I should say introduce, because it's never been possible to get legitimately. Or stuff like logging your hours, there's like 50-hour jammer or 100-hour jammer. I feel like, even if they logged your playtime in game and had it like in your settings or something, I think that would be pretty cool, and you can get achievements just from doing that or just playing more, and I think it's definitely possible for them to do, because they obviously do log your play session and how long you're logged in for. So I think it would have been a cool feature if they did do that as well. Then there's like some achievements, a part of the buddy minigame achievements that just were never added for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but it would have been cool if they did that. And then there was like Herbology Expert. I believe it was deriving off of Herbology Expert, where they were about facts pretty much, around Alamo Jam. I guess that's probably what ended up turning into the Journey Book, but I'm not too sure why they didn't just like add like an achievement for completing the Journey Book or completing a certain section of the Journey Book. I thought that would be cool, but there's also the den ones, which would have made sense as well as just more animals as well. There's Beastmaster and stuff like that. But there's some ones that don't really make sense, or probably were things intended for features that were probably scrapped, like bases. So there's like 10 visits for like the monkey base, or like different animal bases, which obviously we don't have bases for animals in this game. I do believe they're in Play Wild, but for Classic, it's not a thing. And I imagine if they were gonna add bases, they probably just turned into the animal exclusive only parties, like the penguins only party, as you can see here. But other than that, there's obviously some achievements that like were placeholders, or like just straight up unavailable, or like unfinished, like this one here, which is called Double Slide. I imagine this might have been for like going down a slide twice or something. I don't really know. Or going down a slide that has 2 sections of it. I'm not too sure, but looking at these achievements, I do like achievements a lot in this game. I think they're one of the coolest things in a part of Alamo Jam Classic that isn't on in Play Wild anyway. There is missions in Play Wild now, and they kind of give badges for that, which I guess is a form of achievement now. But I think the way Alamo Jam Classic has it done is a lot better, and it looks a lot sleeker in my opinion anyway. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the video nicely. I just wanted to make this video because I thought it was cool, and I thought other people might be pleased to know about unreleased achievements, because yeah, there is a lot of videos I think talking about them, but not a lot of videos about how to get them. That is for sure, which you can't, by the way, yeah, if that's not clear enough. But yeah, I thought I'd wrap up the video here, guys. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you guys do want to be notified on future videos, as well as videos just like this one. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it, and let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. How many achievements do you have? Do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.